All right, skillers followers, I'm going to show you today on how Mr. Max Homa at lead arm level to the ground in the downswing here has this desirable right arm orientation here underneath the lead arm here in comparison to this new student on the left-hand side here. See how that's kind of lagging behind. Now, what I'm going to take you guys now down to is the setup position here. Now, what you're going to see with this student and Mr. Max Homa is how the setup between their forearm and their shaft alignments are incredibly similar at this point in time. Now, we're going to take Mr. Max Homa here to club shaft level to the ground. Before I do that, I'm going to draw a line above the butt of the club here. Now, what we're going to see here is that when I take this club away, right, I'm going to get it to shaft level to the ground, which we call P2 coaching terminology, right? Can you see there he's applying pressure to the top of that handle, that club head is kicking just outside the hands there. Now, on the left-hand side here with the new student, I'm going to draw a line here above his butt of the club. Take the club around now to lead arm level to the ground to here. Now, you see that his hands are higher than where they originally started. You can also see here how we've got the club head kicked on the inside. Now, let me just kind of rewind this back for you on the left and just take a bit of a look here at what happens with the handle. Now watch here guys as that handle is lifting through here just as he goes to take it away. Now I'm going to just get rid of some of these lines here. I'm going to come in a little closer for you guys to see. We're going to see this handle here is just lifting. Now as a reaction, when the handle goes up, we're going to get the club to fall in this way, like that. Now what's really cool, I'm going to show you Mr. Max Homa on the right hand side. He get rid of some of these lines again. You're going to watch him take this away, is how there's a sense of the same angle starting between here and here, right between his shaft and forearm, and as he just goes to load that club away. Now what happens from here is I'm going to use the terminology of a hammer curl in the right arm. Now I truly believe that the right arm is one of the most complicated features of the golf swing for people because it has two hinge points. So you've got your elbow and you've got your wrist, and you've also got the functionality of what your shoulder is doing in the swing as well. The two main ones that you're contributing, in my opinion, though, is how you're swinging, how you're controlling it is through the wrist and through that elbow. And that can also affect on how that shoulder moves. So what we're going to see here, Mr. Max Homa, we're going to watch that his elbow, I'm going to draw a circle here around his right elbow. Watch it here just as he hinges it. It's like he's doing somewhat of a hammer curl. Now what I mean by hammer curl, people that don't attend the gym and don't try to get big bicep muscles, is if you just hold your thumb out in front of you like this here, like you're holding your arm directly out in front, you're giving someone a thumbs up. What Mr. Max Homa is doing there is he's hinging at the elbow joint and bringing that thumb towards his head. Now, there is a little bit of supination, which is twisting of that forearm, right? But what you're seeing there is he has the ability now to move his right arm in that fashion. Now with the player on the right hand side here, you can imagine that that right arm is not ready to do this, is it? It's just going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling upward. Now when we get to the top of the backswing, we're going to see the flying right arm look. Now Mr. Max Homa on the right hand side, as you'll see that I upload all the single time to you guys and the followers, you're going to see that right arm there running down the outside there of the rib cage, where this gentleman's is going to be positioned like this here in comparison to his rib cage. Now from there, you saw at the start of the analysis, that's going to trap him, right shoulder's going to move over, and it's going to get this pulling down action with that shaft. On the right hand side here, Mr. Max Homa is going to allow those arms to fall and move down in front of him. And my gosh, this man can swing a golf club. So just from that there, I know a lot of you guys are looking for that desired position of this coming into the golf ball with this trail elbow, getting right there in front of that right rib cage. But it's extremely important to understand what's happening in the earliest stages of this golf swing to allow that to happen. Thanks everyone.